Well, let's go to Bassima Alghussein, who joins us live from Washington. She's a political analyst with the Truman National Security Project. Bassima, great to have you with us. Was today inevitable given the opening of the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem?
I think that the violence that we saw today was widely predicted, and which it was one of the reasons why all former presidents, since the resolution was passed in 1990, including presidents on the Republican and the Democratic side of the aisle, Bush, Clinton, Obama, all of them did not move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem precisely because we knew that it would inflame tensions and violence and endanger people's lives, and that there was no reason to do so out of U.S. national security interests.
What's your assessment of what happens next at this point? Given the violence on the ground, should we expect that to continue?
I definitely am going to expect the violence to continue. I'm sure it will heighten up as it tends to do, and then we'll go back down. But the reality is, until the Palestinian people are treated with dignity and respect, and until their rights are identified and recognized, just as the Jewish people have an important and historical tie to Jerusalem, so do the Palestinian people, and so they deserve to have their history acknowledged and respected just like the Jewish people do as well.
And the international community, Bassima, they seem to be actively condemning Israel for the deaths of those protesters. It seems American public opinion is a bit divided with regard to who to blame for those Palestinian deaths.
Right. So as we heard in the previous few clips, that the Israeli messaging on the subject is that it's Hamas's fault that they're encouraging the people to protest and to storm the borders and so on and so forth. But not everybody who is there is going because of Hamas. I mean, there are plenty of people there who have their own reasons to feel strongly and passionate about the cause. Many of these people have been pushed into Gaza, out from the lands that were used to establish Israel in 1948 and then extended in 1967. And so when we talk about the right of return march in the United States, a lot of my friends and colleagues don't understand what that's about. And many of my Jewish friends, there is a clear understanding, in Israeli law and Israeli governmental policy that all Jews can consider Israel their homeland. And so for a Jewish American, they can be able to travel back to Israel, and they can be able to claim citizenship if they like. And the right of return is essentially the idea that anybody who was expelled, the Palestinian people, would have the same right, that they can go back, that their descendants would have the ability to claim any citizenship in final status issues. Like, for example, if and when the state of Palestine is created, that Palestinian descendants would have that same rights. And all that is equal treatment. The Israelis have policies in their law to treat Jewish individuals like that throughout the world, and so why shouldn't the Palestinian people have the same right?
All right. Bassima Alghussein with the Truman National Security Project, thanks for being with us.